How's it, everyone? Gordon from Keto Model Works here, and thanks for joining me again. Today I'm going to show you how to royally up a Hasegawa P-38 Lightning. But firstly, before we get into this lovely shitstorm, I wanted to thank everyone that subscribed and commented and watched the previous videos. I really appreciate it. So let's get on with another cringeworthy episode of delightful model building or destruction or whatever you want to call it. After I lit up the copyright world and pissed off Mick Jagger with the previous episode, we're back to epidemic sound background music. Ta-da! If by now you have not realized that this channel is not about perfect model building and, ooh, look at all my perfect models I always build on YouTube, then you're probably also under the impression that the Pope is not a dad. Yeah, my channel deals with the reality of building scale models, also known as we f up, like nearly all other people do. So today, although I do build a P-38 semi-successfully, I want the main point of understanding to be that with a little bit of general stupidity and a lack of paying attention, you can f up a model royally. But you can also continue the build and have a good outcome. It's nothing that's going to win awards or something. The problem is if you do not learn something new from this, then you should consider why you're doing this hobby. And that's about as philosophical as we're gonna get today. I know, Aristotle is turning in his grave. So far, all the usual cleanups and parts removal has occurred, and yes, I'm not going to show you 5 minutes of part removal in my videos. I think after cutting parts a couple of times, you should know what you're doing. We are, after all, slightly more intelligent than apes.
What is your major malfunction, numbnuts?
Yeah, shit. I'm going to have to get a bit more philosophical, I guess, or technical. So let's get a bit more serious. In short, the booms are the major malfunction on the Hasegawa P-38. Thanks, Gunny. And guess what? It's also where my major malfunction will occur. Now, looking at that, and me cutting off parts from parts, it should make you go, oh shit. Yeah, lesson time again. Think about what you're doing if things like designed tabs are needing to be removed. What is ironic here? Holy bejesus. I'm not sure why I'm so philosophical today. Is the amount of dry fitting I'm doing here, and yet the major malfunction still occurred. So all I can think that happened here firstly, and the major no-no of all model construction is, ta-da! You guessed it, rushing the build. The best thing to do then, of course, is to glue your major malfunction together with one of the best model cements on planet Earth. Seriously. I think the second possible reason for my major malfunction was the fact that I'm recording this video. I'm always aware of trying to get the best angles, footage, and focus instead of checking the build instructions over and over again. Of course, you guys still can't see the major malfunction, but it will be revealed soon. My reaction to it, thank God, was not recorded. So let's get back to some model construction techniques instead of bitching and moaning. I use Aptolong oils to lighten some areas in our cockpit and add that all-important tonal variation that we are all such big fans of. Now, I'm not sure why I bothered because the cockpit was never intended to be open or showed off. So, yeah, another plastic model mystery. After a rough blend with the oils, I softened the effect even more with a makeup blending brush bought from the local supermarket's makeup aisle. And yes, get ready for some weird looks in that aisle. Apparently, white males with dad bods are not regular visitors to this aisle. Sometimes stuff just needs to be glued. No need for all that fancy-pantsy capillary action from all that super thin versions. So I use regular Tamiya orange cap glue to glue the cockpit to the gear bay. Okay, time for some more building frustrations. One would think that this kit was fighting me for some reason. No idea where I'm getting that from. And so let's count how many attempts it takes to glue in one side panel. Of course, my dumbass did not glue in the panels before, as the instructions tell you to do. So yes, you can go suffer there in the corner, Gordon. If at first you don't succeed, add more glue. Now that sucker is going nowhere. No parole for you, buddy. And now the other side.
You're kidding, right?
For the nose area, you have guessed it. Lots and lots of dry fitting once again. Either way, the nose area of this kit will have some step issues, and some sanding and grinding is at the order of the day. This joint on the kit is not a problem. However, the rear joint to the boom, you've guessed it, has a step. To line up the booms, I found that a mini clamp works the best. And even with all the plastic loving you can give any kit, this step is inevitable. And now it's time for an idiot patrol update from our chopper in the sky. Mo, are you there?
Yes, Gordon, we have an update for you. It seems it's time to reveal the major malfunction Gunny shouted about earlier. We spotted some dumbass scale modeler that can't fit wheel wells correctly into the booms of a P-38 kit. I kid you not. I swear to God, I kid you not.
Thanks, Mo, for that disappointing update. So there you go. Major malfunction are the wheel wells that are the wrong way around. Disappointing. It's disappointing. The sad thing is I still have not noticed it here. So the mental breakdown is still on the way. So after fixing the step on the nose and other areas by sanding them away, it was time to replace all the panel lines. I used some of this scribing tape, and I must say this stuff works well. And you can reuse it 5 to about 6 times before it loses its tackiness. Unlike me, my tackiness will just continue forever and ever. Well, if you've endured all of my tackiness till now, please consider subscribing to my craziness. In the preview, you saw that this aircraft is going to be in natural metal finish, or NMF. You know, we all like our acronym so much. Now, I have learned from a couple of other builders and from several, let's say, misfortunes, that the only way you're going to get a shiny effect is by having as smooth as possible surface under whatever metal paint you're planning on spraying. Gloss black seems to work fine, but I have also polished only the plastic to a shine before and had some really good outcomes. Either way, prepping is absolutely necessary for NMF. Now here I have to apologize. The mental breakdown had occurred.
Mental thought.
And there is a major break in the video footage. As you can see, we went from a black aircraft to a fully painted aircraft. Because, believe it or not, for some reason I was really pissed off. I am pretty sure if I had not bought the decal sheet, the quick boost prop set, and was contributing to a group build, then this kit would have ended up on my overcrowded shelf of doom. Anyway, enough of all the bitching. The bombshell decal sheet worked a treat, and they are really nice to work with. That gave me a little bit of hope that all was not lost. I love decaling, and it's even better when you're working with a quality decal set like this one. I also always use some tepid water. Oh dear, I nearly sound like the Queen. When decaling, I bought a little laboratory heating plate off of Amazon with 2 stainless steel medical trays that I fill with reverse osmosis water. The heating plate keeps the water at a toasty, tepid temperature, and I'll repeat that quickly 100 times. Toasty, tepid temperature. Toasty, tepid temperature. Now the quick boost prop set helps you align the prop blades correctly by using this little jig. Blade direction is important on P-38s because the later models had both props that counter-rotated, so make sure you fit them correctly. By the way, I don't think this is a problem on the new Tamiya kit, but I might be wrong. Yeah, not sure 100% on that one. All I can say is pay attention and don't be a dummy like me. I decided to experiment with some tiny neodymium magnets to fit the props and make them removable, because you know I had not had enough challenges as it is with this build. So let's complicate it even more. These magnets are available in a gazillion sizes on Fleabay, and I just drilled a hole slightly smaller than the magnet and then tapped them in with a little hobby hammer, and I secured them with a small amount of thin super glue. And as they say, Bob is your uncle. I also decided to try this UV glue, and I have to say it worked really well. I see a lot of uses for this, like attaching canopies and making navigation lights in the future. And sadly, we are coming to the end of this video. I know. You guys all had a great time. If you feel you learned something from my major malfunction, then please like, subscribe, and whatever else you feel like doing. And see you soon for the next build, which will be the Tamiya 148 Heinkel HE219. Ooh.